I think this is in part responsible for the obesity epidemic we are seeing all around the world. So despite all our understanding, which is improving every year, the obesity trends are going in the wrong direction. Why is it that despite increasing knowledge and medicines, we're actually, the levels of obesity are rising all across the globe? Why is obesity a problem? We know that it is a risk factor for so many diseases, and especially for today's talk, some of the relevant diseases are diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, Alzheimer's disease, and dementia. These are some of the biggest killers, and these are all, in part, obesity contributes to accelerate them. Now, none of you may be surprised by this. If you think how much we are surrounded by these foods that are glycated and especially full of sugars, this is not surprising that we are now eating almost 10 to 50 times more sugar per capita than we were eating about 100 years ago. I mean, this is a shocking statistic if you think about it, but it's not so shocking if you think about it this in the light of evolution. So if you think of how we evolved, I think, so I don't blame anybody who overeats, by the way. I myself have a sweet tooth. I gravitate towards sugary food, and one can see why. The reason, one of the ideas is that during evolution, this was actually a beneficial trait. When food was scarce, people and organisms who can take in extra food actually are, they do better if you think in terms of obese, like when food is scarce, right? Under conditions of starvation, they would actually do better. So food addiction even had a survival value in our past. However, the problem is not the genes for obesity and diabetes. The problem is the modern situation we are in. We're constantly surrounded by food, and our food has become a lot more addictive than it ever was, which is creating this problem. So we have done an amazing job to create, wonderful flavors, but the problem is we don't know when to stop.